So the stage is set for the final instalments of what has been a simply outstanding and at times breathtaking afternoon session on the final day of the European match play. And this final instalment features two of the highest caliber players in world darts. Two Dutchmen who've been there, done that, and have so much success under their belts already. Michael van Gerwen, the world #1, against the five-time world champion Raymond van Barneveld, who's had to come through qualifying to make it into this tournament, but he's certainly building good momentum and certainly has the capabilities, as he has done so many times in the past, of causing Michael van Gerwen problems here. Rod Harrington has the privilege as well of watching this one, and you suspect we could be in for something spectacular here.
Well, if you go on the last few games that they've played against each other, yes, it has been spectacular, and it's mainly come from Barney. Since the start of the World Series down in Perth, that leg of the trip, he has been playing extremely well. In Sydney and in Auckland, he got the better of Michael, and that was because he was a little bit more consistent. Michael needs to tighten his game up if he's to beat Barney, and as I say, with so many quick throwers, when you look at and we analyse the stats and the way they've been throwing, his third dart is not consistent enough. He's going to beat Barney today when he's got to smarten up that third dart. But he is so up for this. He needs to get back on the winning trail. I mean, you know, he's had a little bit of a, I know, he's still world #1 and a lean spell over the last couple of months. And he won the match play, but since then, gone off the boil a little bit.
Well, we talked yesterday about, you know, the length of time that van Gerwen could go without a title to his name. You know, it will be something that's in the back of his mind, and it's something that he will be really keen to address, especially having won the first 4 European Tour events of this year. He's drawn a blank in each of the last 3. Went close last weekend before that defeat by Smith in the final in Mulheim. Let's not forget, though, that win in Blackpool in the World Match Play was one of 8 titles so far this year for van Gerwen, including the 4 on the European circuit. He's also won the Masters, beat Barney in the final at Milton Keynes, won the UK Open, the Dubai Masters, and that World Match Play title in Blackpool as well.
Well, he set it up absolutely perfect, has van Gerwen, but Barney, this is a nice check out. Like the 120, you got 2 darts at the treble 20, but he hasn't found it. So Michael van Gerwen comes back. 45. But he's only to hold the throw, so no need for Barneveld to panic. And Barney will look at that and think, well, I've thrown 15 darts, not had a dart and a double. Got to smarten up a little bit on his scoring. At the moment, he's pitching the first dart very high.
100.
This then for the final place in the quarter-final lineup from 7 o'clock tonight. And the right to play, Rowby John Rodriguez, the Austrian 21-year-old who's just booked his place in the quarters by beating Mervyn King. Whoever goes through, that will be some occasion tonight. The action starts at 7 o'clock, just to remind you once again, local time.
97.
Barney's, he doesn't, and this first dart is so high from Barneveld, it's incredible.
60.
I mean, they're like 2.5 inches high of the treble 20.
140.
He's a long way adrift here on his throw, van Barneveld.
96. Michael, we require 100.
He was clinical. In beating Bunting yesterday, 6-2. Clinical so far.
No, he certainly isn't. That's
averaged over 105 yesterday as well. That was one of the keys to his success.
And the one thing what he did against Bunting yesterday, all his high scoring was done in the front 9, where Bunting's was done in the back 9, and so the pressure was always on Bunting. And the pressure's on Michael to get the he hits it with his last dart. Fine scoring.
100.
Yeah, Barney, of course, kicking off his match play campaign here in Innsbruck with a revenge win over Max Hopp after losing to him in Mulheim 6-4 a week ago.
Well, there's the first maximum of the match. It goes to the big Dutchman, Raymond van Barneveld.
96.
And he's more or less stolen the throw, so make sure you use it, and that's another one.
90.
Very surprised that he moved from the treble 20 there. Obviously, his eye lines are different to what we can see here, but it looks so perfect the first day. I'm very surprised he didn't stay there. Barney's one of the few players that can pitch a dart over a flight. As I said so many times, it's because of his height more than anything. Michael's going for the 417, 419s to leave the 95. Oh, another chance for Barney. Missed 112 earlier on.
Well, that leaves 90, so he'll just try and...
It's got to go bullseye. He'll go treble 18, but I like the bullseye route here.
45.
Cost yourself a dart, a double. If he hits the ball he wants tops. 25 leaves 65.
Oh, he's found the treble 17 for double 18, and Van Gerwen looks in the mood, doesn't he? A 107 checkout, and very, very quickly Michael Van Gerwen has opened up a sizable lead here. Just the one break, but it just looks on paper, psychologically, a very, very tall order. This is better though from Barney, and he finds another 180. 160 for the tournament as a whole.
80.
Well, simply can't afford to lose another leg here, Barney. Can't suffer another break.
57.
The previous 180 he didn't follow it up, and he hasn't followed it up there either. Although he's a long way away, a long way in front of Van Gerwen. Yes, he can't give this leg up from this position.
94. Right, you require 100.
Well, Van Gerwen every now and then does throw in a cheap visit like that.
74.
Well, Barney will be back at double 18.
Right, you require 36. Game shot.
Well, that must have been a distraction, but
yeah, the whistling is the one thing that does take a player out of concentration. That's, I can handle all the noise, the up, the cheering and that, but the whistling is not on, and I can assure you that if that was consistent, security do find who they are, and they are
efficient like that, and have a word, yeah.
And they're asked to leave. They don't have a word. They just ask one. And normally you find it's the people around them that tell our security who's doing it.
100.
Well, these two players know each other inside out. Met in the Premier League, of course, last season as well.
33.
Barneveld was Premier League champion in 2014. Five-time world champion as well. Plenty of titles to his name.
32.
Two-time UK Open winner. Grand Slam champion. That's the one thing I think that's missing, is it, from Van Gerwen's career?
Yes, the Grand Slam.
16.
The career CD, I should say, for Van Gerwen. Something he'll look to address later. He's down to double 8 already as well.
97.
And Van Barneveld is struggling to keep pace in this leg. Double 4 he wants. Double 2.
Game Charlotte.
Not a problem. You can see what it means to Van Gerwen there as well, because well, let's put it past Barney to have seized upon that.
Well, that's 2 out of the 4 legs. He's hit the double with his last dart.
100.
Van Gerwen has not hit a maximum. 2 to Barney. And both players, Michael 96.5 and Raymond just over the 91, so not really what we expected.
Just the one break of throw in it still. That's what Barney has to cling to, but Van Gerwen did have the advantage of throwing first, so Barney needs to break twice effectively. But Van Gerwen looking good to break Barney's throw again here, down to 82. And Barneveld's facial expression there indicating that he knows he's not keeping pace.
62. Maybe you require 144.
Well, this certainly would get Barneveld back on track. Oh, and that's a beautiful first start. Oh, yeah, he'd be disappointed. That looks so good to follow out. But again, you know, he's 1-2 darts away each leg from where Michael is at the moment. Yeah. He's not getting any darts at a double.
And all of a sudden, Van Gerwen is 1 leg away from a place in the quarter-finals and a meeting with Rauby John Rodriguez. And he's certainly looking a very, very overwhelming favourite to win this leg as well. But Barney biting back with a 180 of his own.
Yes, 180s back-to-back.
100.
And again, Barney's hit a maximum and not followed it up.
Russ Bray just having a word with the crowd there. Barney just taking a moment, and it's 41 on the back of that ton 80. Even Van Gerwen looks a little bit unhappy with what was going on in the crowd there.
91.
Yeah, Barney just not firing all cylinders today.
21.
One of those days, and Michael looking to finish this off. Doesn't need to go for
98.
the bullseye route because Barney's on the 159, so Van Gerwen comes back. And we have to say, coming into this, the way the form was, we didn't see a 6-1. Van Gerwen takes this out.
Which you expect him to do, and he does indeed. Michael Van Gerwen looking ominous, isn't he? Brushing aside the threat of Raymond van Barneveld, losing just 1 leg. And Van Gerwen certainly means business. And what a prospect in score tonight in that final quarter-final tonight against Rauby John Rodriguez. We start again at 7 o'clock tonight local time. Peter Wright against Chizzy, Kim Huybrechts against David Pallett, Vincent van der Voort against Robert Thornton. That's all from 7. In the meantime, a quick word with MVG and your MC, Elma Polka.
Applaus für Barney, für Raymond van Barneveld.